Alright guys, Simon here and welcome back to our design analysis of Amnesia, the Dark Descent. So, I guess the first part of the game was the tutorial? I mean, there's no way you could lose the game there, the game tries to set the tone. Unfortunately it doesn't work after you've played through it the first time, because after you've seen the rest of the game, the first part isn't really that... You know what's going on already, so it doesn't really scare you anymore. But the first time you play, I remember, even though I'm not easily scared, nevertheless I was much more cautious the first time I played through, because obviously it seemed like it was quite dangerous and it seemed like you were gonna die quite easily if you did anything wrong. But in reality it's actually completely safe and completely easy. The first part is just there to introduce you to the story, some simple puzzle solving, the enemy, but there obviously it doesn't actually hurt you in any way. Alright, so now we are in the refinery. I don't remember exactly what happens here, so let's just walk forward.
It sure is dark in here.
Yes, and there's a good reason for it. But you can light the lamp now if you wish.
What's the reason? For the darkness, that is.
Stay close. Be careful not to stray.
What's the reason? Why is it so dark?
Pay attention, Daniel. It's important that you keep going straight and make sure not to stray.
Alright, so be careful when enemies are near. Crouching left control in the darkness makes you a lot harder to spot. See, like the game keeps reminding you, when enemies are near, you need to crouch and hide in the dark. Strange sounds. Because, in most games you fight enemies, in this game you don't. Let's try to do this wrong. Alright, let's go. We're doing this the wrong way. Hey bro, bro, come here bro, hey bro. And you can't hit him, you can't attack him. So even there, you're given the opportunity to run away before he hits you the second time. So when you die you get a hint, think before running. So that's what happens if you try to confront the enemy. You get killed immediately, or almost immediately. Okay, let's try walking up and then running away. Wait, is he here the second time? He's not here the second time. That's interesting. A few cuts and bruises, a slight headache. I think I lost health though. So the first time you walk in, if you don't hide, he'll kill you. But interestingly, you don't get to try again. He's not there the second time. That's interesting. And that's often one of the annoying parts of video games is if you fail something, the game makes you do it over and over and over again until you get it right. And that becomes pretty tiresome very quickly. So here, if you fail once, the game gives you a pass. Presumably you've learnt your lesson and you're not going to do it again. Let me just try to fail again. Or actually no, let's just play through it properly. So I think he's walking around here. I don't know if he actually is walking around here, but there are things here. So let's just light some torches so we can see. And I just checked the videos, and apparently parts of it really is just black screen the game. You don't really see very much. So that's cool. The door closes. Is he back? Is he actually here, or are they just closing doors and scaring you? I think they're just closing doors and scaring you. Anyway. Yeah, so a lot of the game really is just the black screen, and I don't know if you guys mind that, like not seeing anything in the YouTube videos, but that's really how the game is.
22nd of June, 1839. It's been more than a month since my last entry. After the event inside the underground chamber in Algeria, Professor Herbert insisted I return to England. He said he didn't want to risk forfeiting the entire expedition lest I took a turn for the worse. An excessive decision, in retrospect. But I'm glad it turned out that way. I found my journal this morning in the haphazard collection of things brought home from Africa. Next to it lay the broken stone orb wrapped in cloth. I tried to assemble it, but couldn't. The pieces wouldn't fit together, as if they weren't from the same object. Could I have imagined it all? Was there ever a complete orb?
Dun dun dun. So weird things are happening and I'm... Okay, I know I'm... The losing sanity thing isn't really helping the videos, because you know, all the motion blur and all that. Alright, so we open this, and it's really dark in here. Although, you know, there's that effect where your eyes kind of adjust to the darkness. Anyway, so that was the first time that we could actually die to the enemy. And we did! Because we are meant to hide from him. So that's the lesson I guess we learned from that. So we need to go through there soon. Like, is he really out there or not? I don't think he's actually here anymore. Again, earlier in the game, they make things really easy for you. So that's logged. Early in the game they make things quite easy for you, so it's actually not easy to die or to lose the game or anything like that. I don't think you can actually lose the game all the way through.
25th of June, 1839. I feel the need to continue this journal, even though it was intended for my journey to Africa. This must be something very important. I just know it. I've taken it upon myself to piece the orb back together, but it's been more difficult than one might think. The pieces are behaving strangely. They seem to change colour, shape, and texture, but ever so slightly. Yesterday, I took careful measurements and notated any significant markings. Today, I confirmed my suspicions. They were changing. I was terrified and rushed off to see the finest geologist in London, Sir William Smith. I approached the subject with care and we discussed how rocks change form. He told me about the nature of glass, how it eventually collapses on itself, like ice slowly melting over the course of centuries. Smith eased my mind a bit, but I can't escape the feeling that these shards have otherworldly properties.
Yeah, it's not glass, bro. Alright, so we can't see what's going on. There's more health there, let's just pick that up. So those things restore health if you need it. I don't know if you ever need it. A few cuts and bruises you might. Like if I keep... Obviously if I keep running into enemies the way I have, then we are gonna need it. Let's see, there's more oil. Barrels. I think we've gone through the whole place and there's nothing else. Yeah, okay, so we need to go through that little hole in the wall there to keep going. You can see the enemy's not actually here. Like we've gone through this whole place a couple of times. So he appears once, kills you if you're stupid, but he was walking away. Like he was walking away when I ran up to it. So if we just stood back and did nothing, we would have survived. So the game, you see how that it's punishing you for being brave, and I guess it's punishing you for being reckless, and it rewards you for being cautious and for hiding. Oh, there's more tinderboxes. So there we see the first instance of how the game encourages you to be scared. I mean, if you just hang back, you are more successful at the game than if you run forward. Although, you know, in situations like this, you walk forward and you lose sanity, that's a bit Oh, let me just... Oh, there's a oil thing. I know the sanity... Look, here's the thing. Sanity doesn't kill you. If your sanity drops to nothing, all you do is fall over for a bit, and then you get back up again. Obviously, if there's an enemy right there, and you lose your sanity and you fall over, you're gonna die. But if there's no enemy there, and you lose all your sanity, it doesn't actually hurt you in any way. Any lasting way, but as you can see here, like, see the camera is really not helping us. So it makes everything more difficult if you have low sanity. And even sitting next to the torch doesn't really... Ow. Okay, there's a patch of thing on the ground. Sitting next to the torch doesn't really help recover all your sanity. So it actually is helpful not to lose it. But again, you're being inconvenienced, you're not being, you know, punished too much for not minding your sanity. So here we go. I think we're doing a bit better. Not really. But there is a puzzle here that we can solve. If I can get enough boxes, that is. I'm not gonna waste time with these puzzles. We can just solve the puzzles and not worry about that part, because we're not here to do a puzzle analysis of the game. We're doing a horror analysis. Let's see, I think we just climb up if we can. And pull that out. The guy is still not here, and we just pull this. And that opens the trapdoor. And now I think... Again, there's this crazy sounds. I think that's meant to be the shadow coming after you. Again, I'm not too concerned. There is a point later on, I think, where that actually matters. It doesn't matter for now. Stellar Archives. I think we are going into one of the most memorable parts of the game. Here we go. So it's still dark. Whoa. Oh yes. Oh yes, look at that. That is excellent. So you can't see anything, but there's something in the water. I mean, just put up here, and it's following you. Oh man, that is so good. So you walk into a dry hallway, and then suddenly you black out, and then suddenly it's water and the shadows, and there's something in the water. I don't know, look, the reflections in the water is completely unrealistic, because there's no light source here. And that thing, like, it's making noises so you can hear it, but you can't see it. Should I jump in? What do we got? A few cuts and bruises, slight hitting. Okay, let's just jump in. So again, let's do this the wrong way. It takes it... Wow, barely conscious. So it has to hit you twice to kill you. So if you make a mistake, you have one more chance to get back up here. And then if you die, it says keep out of the water, so it's giving you hints. If you fail, it gives you a hint of what to do. Which is good. Like, you know, it's not asking you to guess what's going on. And look at this, like you're in the water. Wait, is it coming? And then it comes. That's good, right? Oh man, and so the only way to get through the game is to, you know, avoid it. Like, you can't kill it, you can't even see it, you can't even try to attack it. So you have to avoid it. So we're getting trained on the idea that you have to avoid the enemy. You have to avoid the enemy. I think he's moving there. You have to avoid the enemy. So now this is, I guess this is a sort of a puzzle. It's a pretty brutal puzzle. So we have to avoid him while figuring out how to get to the other parts of the game. Okay, let's just run for it. And you see that? Like, he's always right behind you. You can run for it, but you can hear him right behind you. That's amazing. That is amazing. Crap. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. Alright, so there's a switch there. I don't remember if there's a key in here. You see like bones in the water, that's amazing. And there's the music and everything else. You can distract him by throwing things in the water. But if there's nothing, then he'll come back. Right, so let me just do this.